Eric? Are you there? We need to talk. Why did I only get $5 for this month's child support payment? What's going on? You promised to send me $200 a month. Are you in some kind of trouble? This is your duty as a father, so I'd appreciate if you'd stop screwing me around and actually pay the amount you said you would.
Sup, Joanne? I'm guessing you checked your bank balance.
Duh. Why do you think I'm messaging you? We might have been divorced for 5 years now, but that doesn't change the fact that you're Fonzie's father. And it doesn't change the fact that you have obligations to fulfill to him. If you don't start fulfilling those obligations properly, you and I are going to have issues.
No heckin' way. This ain't fair at all. It's not like I'm the one raising Fonzie, is it? Why should I give you all that money for him when I'm hardly even involved? I only see him a few times a month. It makes no sense for me to pay that much.
Excuse me? Are you for real right now?
To be honest, I thought it was bullcrap from the get-go, but I ignored my better judgment and carried on paying the full amount for years because I was scared you'd stop playing games with visitation rights. You know what? I'm not going to take it anymore. $5 a month is more than enough child support money. You're the one who divorced me. Raising the kid is your responsibility.
Oh my God, Eric, are you being serious right now? Like, are you actually being serious right now? You genuinely believe $5 child support a month is enough?
Are you dumb? This ain't a question of whether it's enough or not. This is a question of why the heck I have any obligation to pay you child support in the first place, considering you're the one who divorced me.
I divorced you because you cheated on me, you doofus. Jesus. Do you want us to drag all that old crap up again? Besides, the child support money isn't for me. The clue's in the name. It's for Fonzie. He has a right to that money. You're supposed to be paying $200 a month in child support to fulfill your obligations as Fonzie's father.
What's the point if you're the one who spends it? I don't see how it's helping Fonzie. You're just using him as a tool to get your grubby mitts on my cash.
What am I supposed to do? Give it to him? He's 7 years old, you idiot! You've been paying me the money into a bank account I made especially for this purpose for the last 5 years. I spend all of it on Fonzie with utmost consideration for his needs at all times.
I wonder. Are you really telling the truth? I'm not convinced. You hear stories all the time about struggling single mothers spending all their kids' child support on themselves. It wouldn't surprise me one heckin' bit if that turned out you were doing the same thing. Single mothers are all the same, after all. Everyone knows you're a blight on society.
Wow, because that's not prejudiced. Jesus, Eric, you're unreal. Fine, if you don't trust me, how about I show you my receipts? I've been keeping everything just in case you ever complained about this exact kind of thing. So if you want to see them, I'm ready.
I ain't got the time to look at your frickin' receipts. Do I look like a bank clerk? Look, bottom line is, the child support payments will be going down to $5 a month from here on out. That will be all.
Oh, no you don't. Wait a sec. You don't just get to decide the conversation's over when I'm not done speaking to you. We made an official agreement at the time of the divorce, so you don't have the right to reduce the payments without my consent. You sent me another $5 again this month. Eric, you seriously need to cut this crap out. If you insist on continuing with this absurd behavior, I'll have no choice but to take extreme measures.
What's that supposed to mean? You wouldn't be able to take an extreme measure if it hit you in the face.
Oh, you really think so? Well, then go ahead and try me. It means speaking to my lawyer again and having it arranged that the money be taken from you through other means, such as, I don't know, having it seized directly out of your salary.
Directly seized? Sorry, babe, but that ain't gonna happen.
What makes you so sure?
Yeah, that's a personal question. And a severe invasion of my privacy, so... I'm sorry, sugar tits, but I can't answer that.
You have a warped view on rights when you can't answer a simple question, but have no issue with denying your son the right to his child support.
Like I said, I'm not the one raising the brat, so you should be grateful. You're even getting $5.
If there are circumstances making it difficult for you to pay the full amount, then you should just say so. If you have something going on in your life that can't be helped, then I'd be willing to consider a temporary reduction. But we're never going to go anywhere if you keep playing these stupid games with me.
Circumstances? Nah. It's plain sailing on my end, babe. The bottom line is the child support payments will be continuing at $5 a month forever. See ya.
Hey, wait! Hey, Joanne, it's been a while. It's Eric's sister, Anna. Huh? Anna? I hope you're doing okay. Sure, I'm alright. I hope you're doing okay, too. Things sure were chaotic back while the divorce was going on. Thanks so much for having my back then, babe. You really have no idea how much it meant to me. It's fine, really. The whole thing was all my idiot brother's fault to begin with, so of course I was gonna have your back. Anyway, about why I messaged you today. My idiot brother wouldn't happen to have done anything else idiotic lately, would he? How do you mean? For example, anything to do with the child support? Well, actually, now that you mention it... God damn it. I'm impressed. You always were pretty darn perceptive, Anna. Would you mind telling me exactly what he's doing? Alright, well, starting last month, he took it upon himself to reduce the child support payments to $5 a month. $5? It was supposed to be $200 a month, right? Right. Up until last month, we never really spoke at all, but he'd been paying me the full $200 on time every month without issue. Then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he boldly declares that he's reducing it to $5 a month without going through any official procedures, without going through my lawyer, and completely without my consent. Wow, I see. Did something happen on your end? How did you know something was going on? Well, I'm not sure exactly how to tell you this, but here's what happened. I'm not sure whether it was my mom or my dad, but anyway, up until recently, one of them had been dragging my lazy-ass brother to the bank every month. That way, they could confirm beyond any doubt that he was, in fact, paying the child support like he was supposed to. Wow, really? Yes. Damn. So they've been going out of their way to help me behind the scenes these last 5 years? I feel kind of guilty. Wait, what do you mean, until recently? Well, my mom and dad were involved in a car accident the day before last month's child support payment. Oh my god, no way! Are they both okay? They're a little scratched, bruised, and shaken up, but there's no danger to their lives. They're both staying in hospital for the time being, but the doctors are pretty confident they won't suffer any ill effects from the accident. Phew, well, I'm really pleased to hear that. However, the problem is, my mom and dad being stuck in hospital beds means there's no one to supervise my idiot brother and make sure he paid the child support. I'd love to help out if I could, but I live a long way away with my husband, so it'd be difficult for me to take over in my parents' absence. I see. So Eric's sudden $5 a month declaration is actually him taking advantage of the situation with your mom and dad's car accident? I'm so sorry, Anna. I know this is probably the last thing you needed on your plate. Whoa, now, take that back. You don't have a thing to apologize for, babe. I finally understand what's happening now. Thanks so much for letting me know. Don't mention it. Anyway, as for what we do next, my mom and dad said they want to speak to you about something. Huh? Me? What could it be? I can only apologize in advance for the inconvenience, but would you mind heading down to the Herbert Hoover General Hospital to see them on your next day off? I'll cover your transportation costs and your hotel if you need to stay the night. Oh, it's fine. Don't worry about that. I can cover everything. Eric won't be at the hospital when I arrive, will he? No, of course not. All right, well, in that case, I'll head down to see them on Sunday, and they can talk to me about whatever they want then. Sunday? All right, got it. I'll let you know my time of arrival closer to the day. Great, thanks a bunch, Joanne. Sorry again for the trouble.
Hey, Joanne. Remember how you were bitching and whining about my $5 a month child support contributions? Well, it just so happens I have some good news to announce. I'm willing to bump it back up to $200 a month. If you marry me again.
I take it that means you'll only be putting $200 into the household every month?
You're working. What's wrong with that? $200 is more than enough.
Not even close. Be honest, Eric. The only reason you're messaging me with this crap is because you got fired recently and are currently juggling several part-time jobs in an attempt to make up for the massive blow that got dealt to your income.
Huh?
Besides, you're nothing but talk. It's always the same with you. I bet you'd stop contributing even the $200 once you got comfortable.
No way. That's not true.
How can I trust anything you say? Your word means nothing ever since you broke your promise on the child support and took it upon yourself to drop it down to $5 a month. I mean, why did you get it? You're in a desperate financial situation and will stop at nothing to claw back any money you can. You used your parents' car accident as an opportunity to reduce the child support payments to the paltry sum of $5 a month. Now you have the nerve to say you'll bump it back up to $200 if I remarry you? Does your arrogance know no bounds? Was this the plan all along? To try and make me suffer by cutting the payments before giving me an in to get the money back by marrying you again so you could leech off me and do nothing around the house all day just like the good old days? I'm sure that had your plot succeeded, you would have done your utmost to force me to work more hours than ever before to fund your pathetic, worthless existence.
No way. It's not like that.
There was just one little problem with your master plan. I make far too much money for cutting the child support to make me desperate enough to marry you again.
Seriously? Huh. Wait a sec. How the hell do you know so much about my situation?
Wow, you noticed. Maybe you're not as much of a pea-brained moron as I thought you were. Anyway, you'll have to excuse me. I just arrived at the hospital to visit your parents.
What?
I'm with your sister, Anna.
What the heck is going on?
She told me all about the situation with your mom and dad, and suddenly your crazy behavior surrounding the child support suddenly makes perfect sense.
Oh my god. What the heck? You're all ganging up on me behind my back.
Stick your child support payments up your ass.
Wow. Really? You mean I don't have to pay?
Yep.
Like, seriously? Like, really, really, really?
The downside is that you'll never see your son Fonzie again. But as long as that's fine with you, we can go ahead with 0 child support.
Sure. Yeah, that works for me. Okay. Let's do it. Yeehaw!
Understood. Your mom and dad will fill you in on the rest.
Woohoo! Talk about hitting the frickin' jackpot. My life is about to get so much easier. Hey, bitch! Is that what you meant by me not having to pay child support anymore? My goddamn parents agreed to give Fonzie my frickin' inheritance money in return? Give me back my money. Now.
It's not your money anymore.
But it should have been mine. It belonged to me originally. Tell Fonzie to waive his right to the inheritance.
It's too late, Eric. The procedures have already begun.
Not my problem. Undo it. Now. Tell Fonzie to relinquish his right to the inheritance now.
He's a 7-year-old child.
He has nothing to do with this, bitch.
Why not use this as an opportunity to self-reflect instead of swearing at me like some demented old man? This obviously would never have happened if you hadn't been such a blithering moron that you thought it was actually acceptable to reduce the child support payments to $5 a month.
Yeah, my money. My money!
Anyway, don't you have bigger things to worry about right now?
What are you talking about?
Isn't the young girl at your workplace filing charges against you for stalking her?
Huh?
I got a phone call from her parents explaining how the middle-aged dad at the milkshake cafe where their daughter works has been following her home and loitering outside their house with a pair of binoculars every day. They were worried taking you to court and potentially having you thrown in jail might have negative consequences for our son, but I assured them you have nothing to do with Fonzie and that my fiancé has plans to adopt him soon.
What? Your fiancé? You've been cheating on me this whole time?
I met him after we divorced. Don't lump me in the same category of a scumbag as you.
What, did you just call me bitch?
This is the last time we'll ever speak. Because I'm going to block you very soon.
Huh?
I kept you unblocked in case we ever needed to discuss Fonzie, but it looks like there's no danger of that anymore.
Hey, wait, no.
Like I just told you, I have plans to get married soon. An irritating jerk making my phone blow up with notifications is the last thing I need on my plate when I have a wedding to plan. If you desperately need to discuss something with me, you're welcome to contact me through the lawyer we used during the divorce.
Joanne, you listen here, bitch. Who the fuck do you think you are?
All right, I think it's time to block you now. Apparently, Eric tried to launch an assault on his mom and dad's hospital ward after that. But they could read their son like a book, and they'd already requested that hospital security refuse him entry in advance. Hilariously, he walked away gritting his teeth after vainly huffing and puffing at them until the hospital director came out and threatened to call the police. Unbeknownst to him, Eric's dad had been going through the procedures to sell their house ever since he found out about the stunt he pulled with the child support. By the time he found out, the house was already sold. With that, Eric was officially homeless. However, he still had a major problem. He had to come up with the compensation he now owed the girl he'd been stalking at work. In a stroke of miraculous luck, he managed to land himself a job at a factory where the manager agreed to let him live inside a storage shed on the premises. It may seem like things were going surprisingly well for my ex-husband, given the circumstances, but that was where his luck ran out and his nightmare began. It turned out the factory he landed a job at was notorious for exploiting its employees. He's currently working like a dog to pay back all of the debt he owes. Last I heard, his power-tripping manager only lets him sleep in the shed for 4 hours per day, forcing him to work the other 20 without breaks. I know it sounds rough, but look on the bright side. At least he's too busy to bug me anymore. It really is true what they say, huh? What goes around comes around, so be nice, folks.